All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, the 118th episode of your favorite nerdy podcast, where we talk about everything pop culture, but especially comic books, sports, movies, anime. That podcast being Comic.
X Weaver! Ha! Ha! Ha!
I'm your co-host, James, aka Comics for Cheap, aka hashtag Send It to James, aka the New York Rangers, baby! I got my co-host here with me.
It's your boy Chris, aka Dino. Hit me with the music. Love it every time. Get better every time. Black Santa, revere me. Acknowledge me. AKA, we're going to get real serious for a moment. P. Diddy is a bitch. AKA super. No. I got to get a water bottle. This one almost got enough in there.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-huh.
What? Cold. Super cold water is in the building, baby. And we are sponsored by nobody. We don't got no gosh diggity damn sponsors. We was off for a week, man. They were calling, but we weren't here. But don't worry. We will get that sponsor soon. Sooner than you think. Sooner than you know. Right. We don't even know, but it's sooner than we think.
That's right.
Until then, we are unsullied, Dino, since 2021.
That's right. Hit that like button for us. We appreciate y'all. Drop a comment either live or on the replay. We always like you to be a part of the conversation. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we're just going to go ahead and jump into this bitch because we're going to keep it a little bit shorter this week because we got the New York Rangers going on in playoff hockey, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I got to catch the end of that game for sure. All right,
and it's also Akuma week, so Akuma just released today, so it's Akuma week, so it's time for me to get in the Street Fighter heavy.
Okay. I didn't even know. Okay. So let's kick it off with sports like we always do. I know I've been missing some basketball stuff that's been going on, so Chris, let us know, bud.
Man, I gotta say, man, props to the New York Knicks. They did all they could, man, but they lost to the Indiana Pacers in 7 games. They was up 3-2, but they lost the last 2. They couldn't keep it going. The injuries caught up to the Knicks. I mean, damn, they don't got nobody out there anymore. And then what made it so bad? Jalen Brunson, who's been the best player on the team, been working been putting his name in that superstar status. I ain't gonna say he there just yet, but he damn sure close to it. He was killing it, man, putting up 30, 40-point games, doing all he could. In game 7, he ended up breaking his hand. I mean, then he was done. He broke his hand in the 3rd quarter, and that was it. He couldn't do any more because he did all he could, and he was already playing with a bad leg. I mean, Jalen Brunson, man, he did all he could, man. The Knicks did all they could, but like I said, injuries caught up to him. Props to Indiana; they handled their business. They lost game 1 to the Celtics in overtime, which was a very exciting game. I mean, those teams played back and forth, but honestly, I don't see Indiana having a chance at really beating the Celtics in the series. So it looks like the Celtics, as much as it hurts me, will be going to the NBA Finals. But hey, again, I want to say it one more time. Props to the Knicks. They did all they could, They did their best.
I feel you. I did actually catch the end of the game 7. I was just in a restaurant at the time it was playing, and so I saw the end. I was like, dang. Because I knew they were up 3 games to 2, and then I kind of lost track of what was going on. But yeah, I saw that they lost. I was like, I couldn't keep it.
It was tough, man. Then over in the Western Conference, the defending champions, so it will be new champions no matter what. Because the defending champions, they went down. Minnesota was able to beat Yoke and them boys down in Minnesota, and they went down. The Nuggets went down. So, I mean, hey, Jokic had a great season again, 1 MVP. 3 MVPs now. That's just unbelievable.
Sure.
So, I mean, he played his butt off, and he played well overall. Murray did what they could, but honestly, they got a good lead. What made it bad, they was up by at least 20 at least in the third quarter, I think they had a 20-point or 15-point lead too. But they took the pedal off the gas, and Minnesota was like, you done messed up. And Ant-Man, I mean, he's making that case, man. I mean, people are saying he's people haven't seen since like Michael and Kobe, and they comparing Ant-Man to them. Anthony Edwards, man, I said it before up here. He can be the face of the NBA. He still got some maturing to do, but he can be the face of the NBA. And this dude is killing it, man. I love everything he says in press conference. I love how he plays the game because he does play it similar to a Michael and Kobe. But he's got that killing him, that dog that just I'm gonna put you down.
Dog in him.
He got that dog in him. So and I love watching him play. And hey, him getting Minnesota to the Western Conference Finals is unbelievable. They ain't been there since what I think 2004.
Sheesh.
I think the 2004 season when Kevin Garnett was the last time they made a Western Conference Finals. So it's been a long time.
Wow.
It's been 20 years, you know.
That is a long time.
It was funny because one of the reporters, 2 decades, brother. They asked my man, they asked him and Carl Anthony Towns, like, do you think you guys like lost? It was a weird question where it was like, did you lose? How did he ask? He was like, did you lose enough, or do you think you lost enough to get to this point, or something like that experience? It was something weird, and I love how Ant-Man answered. That dude was like, "Bro, we lost enough. We lost last year in the playoffs. The year before that, we've been losing for 20 years. How much longer do we need to lose?"
Right.
Like, I mean, it's just amazing, man. But seriously, props to them, and honestly, I'm cheering for them, man. I'm hoping Minnesota can get all the way. Like, I'm definitely going to be cheering for them against the Mavericks. Props to the Mavericks, too, now. The Mavericks handled their business against OKC. Luka and Kyrie, they in the Western Conference Final going against Anthony Towns and Carl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. So, I mean, hey, this Western Conference is going to be a series. I think it's going to be some fun stuff to watch. They're going to be kicking it off. They should be kicking it off now. There's going to be some fun stuff to watch. So I'm excited, man. NBA is dying. I mean, not dying down, but it's getting too close to the end. But man, these two, it's going to be some fun games, man.
Absolutely. On the NHL side, we are also in the Final Four. We've got the Eastern Conference Championship starting tonight between the Florida Panthers, who made it to the Eastern Conference last year against the Carolina Hurricanes, and the New York Rangers, who have not been in the Eastern Conference Finals in a couple years now. I think it's been 2 years. So they lost, I think, in the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years ago. And then on the Western side, we have Edmonton Oilers, who came back against the Vancouver Canucks, took it to Game 7. So they're going up against the Dallas Stars, who have had a little bit of rest time in comparison. So another Dallas team. The only Dallas team that sucks is the Cowboys.
Right now.
Yeah. If only the Cowboys could get together, Dallas would actually be a good sports city.
I mean, yeah, the Cowboys are always Cowboys, so I don't think you need to worry about them right now. They're the Cowboys, man. They the best thing the Cowboys can do is lose.
That's right. But yeah, so that's what's going on. Of course, I am rooting for the Rangers all the way, hoping that they take home the cup for the first time since 1994, which would be absolutely insane. Yeah, you thought 2004 was crazy. 1994, we're talking about with the New York Rangers. So, and I believe that the last time that they were even in the Stanley Cup Finals was 2014. So either way, it's been at least a decade since we've seen them in that seat, and 3 decades since they've won it. So we're
30
really
years,
hoping,
James.
30 years.
Damn.
They need to win it for my kids.
For the kids, James.
For the kids.
The kids, man.
Oh Lord. But yes, so that's what we got going on there. And that's pretty much all I got. Nothing too crazy. I'm very happy that the Carolina Hurricanes re-signed their head coach, because there was a lot of talk about getting rid of him after 6 years of him taking them to the playoffs for 6 consecutive years after they hadn't made the playoffs in I don't even know how many years before that.
And did he win a Stanley Cup too?
He won while he was playing on the team.
Okay.
So he won in 2006 while he was captain of the team. And then 6 years ago, he became coach of the team and has taken them to at least the playoffs all 6 years, including an Eastern Conference championship last year. The only reason that they fizzled out last year was because half their freaking roster was injured by the time they got to the Eastern Conference
Like the
Finals
Knicks.
because there was just targeting going on that was not talked about at all, but including like breaking players' arms, stuff like that. Like crazy stuff was happening. But like nobody
bounties out
would,
on players,
no,
man. It's
no,
the New Orleans
exactly. It seemed very similar to when the NFL bounty system
Mm.
was going on, but it was just like, damn, like no consequences at all for the craziness that was happening. But you know, it is what it is. It's hockey, you know, it's part of the game.
I guess.
But yeah, so now the only thing that concerns me with the Carolina Hurricanes is that they seem to be retaining older players and willing to trade younger players. And and when we talk about older players, I'm talking about over 30, not just like late 20s or nothing. I'm talking about like 38-year-old Brett Burns,
Nah, you
like 36-year-old Jake Gensel, 36-year-old Kuznetsov. We're talking about keeping these old dudes on the team and trading away a 25-year-old who had like 70 points this season. It's like, what are y'all doing? What are we doing?
The mindset of that is you're trying to win now and you're not worried about your future. But man,
They brought
gotta,
those dudes in at the trade deadline to try to win this year and couldn't beat the
right.
Rangers. So it's like at that point, let them loose and keep with your core. And then try again next trade deadline. See what you need next deadline.
Yeah.
Work on what you need, and then try. You know, if you want to try to go for the gold again next year, then do that. But like, don't keep your old players and trade away your young dudes who are producing.
Right.
You know, that's just what I think.
I'm with you, man.
All right, I got a lot of Marvel related news, but do you have anything else sports wise for us?
Nah, I think that's about it. Outside of the Lakers potentially hiring JJ Redick, I will save that to if he gets hired. But until then, that's pretty much it.
Hire him for what?
As our head coach.
Really, JJ?
I'm going to save everything until if he gets hired.
Okay.
Or if
I watched JJ play when I was in like 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, me and my dad, we went to a Duke game because Duke came. I guess it was like Duke and whoever came to Charlotte for one of their big championship, whatever. It was obviously a bigger game, but we went. It was a lot of fun. Duke could knock down some threes. I'll tell you that right now.
He was a beast in college. He was not that good in the NBA. He wasn't a scrub. He played over 10 years. He was a solid player. But he was
for sure.
Nowhere near, he was not a star. He was just
his really name. Good. Yeah, I mean, like for a college player name to be like I knew his name in 6th or 7th grade or whatever. Yeah, he was a beast. But then to like never really hear that superstardom in the NBA, it's
Nope. Because
but yeah, it's interesting that he's going to be he's going for. Has he been a coach yet?
No. Haven't coached.
Well, not even like assistant coach or like.
Nope, not even
water boy or
not even anything whatsoever. He has just been a YouTuber.
A YouTuber.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
He got a podcast and everything. Yeah.
Oh, I do have to bring up the 0-4 turnover machine, Caitlin Clark, who has just not done very well so far in her WNBA debut.
She is learning again that pros is different.
However, I will say that everything WNBA is now just like it's fucking all over the place. So props to her for like it's just everywhere that I see there are like you can just turn on the TV and WNBA games playing. Between her and Angel Reese for sure, bringing some attention to the league, and maybe that'll translate into some dollars for the league.
I doubt it. I hope so, but I truly doubt it. But we still have to give her time. Season just started, and also remember she was drafted to the worst team in the WNBA. So
yeah, that's how it works.
Give her some time. We'll see how it goes. But right now, she has a
I was
trolling
being a
folks.
little glib, but
Yeah.
yes, yeah, for sure. It is like even like YouTube TV was like, "Do you want a WNBA package?" I was like, "Not even a little bit," but thanks for the
Exactly. It's
notification,
like,
I guess.
no, no. Don't ask me again. Yeah.
Bro, new number, who dis? Like, well, why
Yeah.
are you testing
Exactly.
me, YouTube
Exactly.
TV? Oh shit. All right, so let's jump into some comic book related stuff.
Yeah.
We have of course we're 2 months away from the Deadpool Wolverine movie.
Mm-hmm.
We have ticket pre-sales already going, already strong. A lot of people on Instagram that I've seen are talking about how they already pre-ordered their tickets, yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds hit a new QR code inside of another trailer release or something. Just went to him talking about the movie. There's lots of new stills, little footage clips here and there that have been
Mm-hmm.
dropping. I stopped watching anything related to it after that last trailer that we watched together here on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And but I've just been seeing they are hyping the fuck out of this movie. So could be good, could be bad. I don't know, but I'm hoping for the positives.
I am too.
Um, and I guess we will just have to see how it shapes out. But yes, so far, like you can't get on anything without seeing something about this movie coming out. So
True.
they are definitely doing a good job hyping themselves up. And
Mm-hmm.
speaking of doing a good job as far as maintaining or hyping themselves up, we can talk about X-Men 97, which was ended fantastically. It was just a
It did.
spectacular show all
It
around.
did. Mm-hmm.
Um, the main thing that I can say about this show as a person who sells comics for a living
Mm-hmm.
is that it 100%. I have not seen people like speculating about comic books or like what's going to happen or like just like this much excitement revolving around anything as far as shows or movies since Endgame or WandaVision. Let's just say WandaVision, Loki, like that area.
Mm-hmm.
I have not
Okay.
seen this much excitement and like just people talking about it or like speculating on random dollar books and stuff like that since that time period, and that I think speaks volumes to how amazing this show was overall.
I agree with that, man. I enjoyed it. I love the Easter eggs. I love how, even the other heroes they use was from the 96 era, like when you saw Captain America and Iron Man, those was the Iron Mans from those shows,
Mm-hmm.
Captain
Oh,
America
this
from
was
the
so cool.
Spider-Man episodes,
Yep.
even the Daredevils from Spider-Man and the canceled Daredevil show that was going to come out in 96.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that stuff was just amazing. And then Spider-Man specifically. Oh my God. When I saw Mary Jane, spoiler alerts, but it's been out long enough, so whatever. When
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw Mary Jane at the end, I was like, yo, Peter found Mary. And it was confirmed too that is the Mary Jane that at the end of Spider-Man in the 96, whatever, at the end of that series, you saw Spider-Man and Madam Web going off to find Spidey's Mary Jane. He found
yeah.
her.
He
That is
found
the
her.
Mary Jane that he found, and that was
He found
awesome.
her. That was
That
awesome.
was freaking awesome. I was like, that is so dope.
Yeah.
Man, the stuff with, I really thought they was gonna, with the Magneto and Charles, what it looked like was about to happen.
Tell me, what were you thinking?
I thought Onslaught was gonna show up, man. I thought he was showing up.
So many people thought Onslaught was happening, and I'm glad
Yeah.
that you said that
Yeah, we thought he was
because
showing up. We thought he was coming because it was all set up perfectly. They even
it.
with the Wolverine stuff was perfect with from Fatal Attraction. That was amazing. I was so pumped up when I saw it. I was like, when soon as Logan stabbed him, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna do it. Like I knew
Mhm,
instantly. I was like, he's gonna do
mhm.
it. He's about
Rip
to
the
do it. And
adamantium
then
right
when he
off his
looked
fucking
at
body.
Logan and looked at Charles, and Charles like, yo, don't do it. And he looked back. I was like, it's happening now. And he just ripped the adamantium out of him. And that was the perfect way to end that particular episode.
That was crazy. Okay, so all right. So this is what I'm talking about. Like this hyped up so much for the comic book. So I was in Richmond, Virginia a couple weeks ago, set up for a show. and someone like earlier in the morning time when the after doors open took every X-Men 25. That's where Magneto rips the adamantium off the body. Every
Fatal
Wolverine
Attraction.
75. Yep, in that same storyline, the Fatal Attraction storyline. They took every X-Men 53 and I think 52 and 53, which are the Onslaught issues. And then I was asked about those specific issues. Like he paid full price. He didn't want to bargain. He didn't. He was
Yeah.
like, "I will pay you right now." So he paid me. It was all good. I
Yep.
was asked about those issues. I swear to you, like 10 different times throughout the rest of the day. If I had those, I was like, "Man, you should have been here a couple hours ago," because I did have
Right.
all of them. I didn't
Right.
even reprice them. I had them at
Right.
the price I had before the hype of the show. So this guy was all happy about it. But yeah. So yeah, that was crazy. And then the one that got me this last Saturday, I was in Asheville. I didn't even know. I didn't even. This one wasn't even on my radar. But there is a from the '90s series of X-Men. It's in like the 100s, mid 100s, where Gambit becomes one
Mm-hmm.
of the
Apocalypse Horsemen.
yeah, one of the
Mm-hmm.
horsemen of the apocalypse, which is really cool issue. I never really like paid too much mind to or even thought about it as like
Mm-hmm.
an occurrence because when I saw
Mm-hmm.
the cameo of Apocalypse right there at the end of that episode, I was like, oh shit, Apocalypse finally gonna get some love because X Factor 6 has been criminally undervalued forever. His first appearance. And I've said that for a long time. I was like, for the first mutant from one of the most powerful villains that the X-Men face, why does he get no love? I don't understand. And that's what my focus was on was X Factor 6. Now this dude was like, do you have this random issue where Gambit becomes one of the Horsemen? And I was like, I don't know. You could check my A to Z stuff, and he didn't find it there. He's like, oh man. I was like, you know what? Check my dollar bins just in case, because if this issue just popped, I'm not even aware of it. I might have just thrown it in my dollar bins and not even, not care. So if you find it there, it's yours for $1. And he
Mm-hmm.
finds it, dude. When I tell you this dude was so excited, oh my gosh, it made my day just to see him like, just like,
Light up.
oh yeah, yeah. He was all about it. So you got it for $1. I looked it up later. I had him tell me why it was like, why he was looking for it. So we looked it up together and saw it was going for like 15, $20 or whatever. That's cool. He got it for $1.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. I mean, I do that shit all the time. I find
Yeah.
stuff that goes for 15, 20 for $1 in people's bins. So I was like, hey, cool. It happened for someone else. That's dope.
Awesome.
But that's what I'm talking about with all the speculation and the
Mm-hmm.
anticipation and just the enjoyment that this show has brought, and rightfully so. I mean, like you were saying, all this craziness stuff, that Magneto shit. Magneto is that dude. He has proved time
Yeah.
and time again.
How long I've
Oh
been
my
screaming
god,
about how Magneto's that dude on this podcast, dude. Magneto's that dude. He
he
is
is
that
that dude.
motherfucker. I love me
And
some Magneto,
so,
bro.
oh, absolutely. So it's just been a lot of fun. And I was super excited to find out that season 2 is already in the editing stage. So
Season
they
3 has
are,
already been confirmed.
and season
They
3
have
has been
got season
confirmed.
3. Yeah, they got season 3. Said
So hell
it's been
yeah. I
greenlighted.
hope they continue with these badass storylines and just continuing to do these characters justice and finally getting the love and attention that they deserve. And just do the X-Men correctly, because we
Yeah,
know the live action shit is probably not going to do so. So you know what? At least we got the animated series to do it.
no doubt. You're 100% right about that, brother. 100, because like, especially Cyclops. I've been bitching on here for so long that dude, the movies did Cyclops so dirty that the fan base is like, oh, Cyclops sucks. No, fuck that. Cyclops is the shit. Like, Cyclops is so amazing. And like
Yeah.
the anime, the 97 did such a great job highlighting how badass Cyclops is. And I don't care what anybody say, Cyclops is, to me, was the X-Men's like coolest villain. When Cyclops became a villain and he fully embraced the Phoenix and all the shit he was doing, it was
Yeah.
amazing. Like, I
Yeah.
loved it, dude. It was like, yo,
Yeah.
this is fucking awesome. But what made 97 so cool too is just that in that ending, at least, especially when they showed all those different eras of Apocalypse. You got the future with Jean and Cyclops when they met little kid Cable, that future is ruled by Apocalypse, and that's a story that happened in the comics for the X-Men.
I wasn't sure. So
Yep.
I knew when they went back to Egypt, as soon as I said like 3000 BC Egypt, I was like, all right, here we go, Apocalypse, baby. And but when they went into future,
yep.
And it was whatever, and they said whoever they were talking about, I was like, maybe I just like I'm it's not connecting for me. I wasn't sure where they were leading with that too.
Yep.
But it does make sense now that you say that if he's going both sides, it'd be really cool to see that. It'd be really cool to see Kang come through too. You know, I don't know, just shrug your shoulders. We have a little Kang and Apocalypse. They're both kind of like the time rulers. So we can't get Kang live action. Fuck it, throw him in X-Men '97, baby.
Throw him in there. That's right. That's right. Throw him in there, dude. Like, cause no, that's what's awesome. Cause that's a story that Cyclops and Jean went to a future and got zapped in there, and they was dealing with stuff, and they was taking care of like a baby, like a child Cable, and they was dealing with like it was badass. Like, so that's the story, and then it's like we're getting literally the past, present, and future, and all that's dealing with Apocalypse. So he's gonna obviously be the big role. Might not even be the main big bad, but he's going to be a big role. And that's the cool thing, because like for years, and they did eventually, I mean, it took a long time, because no one really truly knew what Apocalypse powers actually were. Like his true mutant powers were. And it's actually basically he's able to control the atoms in his body in a way. That's why he's able to give himself all those superpowers and everything, and all these different powers and shit, and why he doesn't age and all that. He can stop his aging. Like, that's basically his power. And it was like for years we didn't know any of that. We didn't know what the fuck what his true powers was. Like, he just do different things.
Right.
But when they finally did that, it was like, finally, now it makes sense, And to be fair, it could have been a huge thing with, like, for years, even Marvel might not have known. It was just like, he was.
Yeah, they're just kind of. They're like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. We'll figure it out. So eventually it was like, all right, let's at least say what his power is, so people can stop bitching and like, what is his actual mutant power? Like, it can't just be all of it. What is his true mutant power? But no, it was awesome. 97 was great. They did Rogue really great. I'm a Rogue fan, so they did good with Rogue.
They did
she was really
excellent with Rogue.
They did
just showing like Rogue. Oh my god, Rogue had some great moments in that show.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, she got the cheeks slapped by Magneto too. So I mean, that's pretty cool. Gambit probably is not the biggest fan of that.
That's the main reason Gambit's coming back, bro.
He's gonna come back. He's like, I'm coming straight for you, Apocalypse. Magneto, you're the one I'm coming straight for. Magnus, I'm coming straight for your ass.
Magnus,
no,
putting his playing card right up the crack, baby.
No, and Gambit had like a great send off, and I said when we even talked about it, I was like, he's coming back. Don't even worry about it, guys. Like, come on, Gambit's not going to be dead for long, and obviously it's like, we're bringing him right back because he's going to be a key factor.
It seems that way anyway. We'll see.
I'm very excited for what's going to come next. I mean, they did that whole thing was just, man, as perfect as you can get for a series. That was it. Like, I have no complaints. I genuinely have no complaints outside of, man, I want more. I want more of it. I want more people showing up. I loved it, man. They did a great job. And, even with Captain America, I really like how it was just like, you got to understand the biggest thing that the mutants always face was, and we've talked about it here, the mutants would handle situations and you would sit there and wonder, where the hell are the Avengers to help them? Like, it would be all these crazy scenarios that happen. Just like, why is no one helping these guys out? It's just like, look, at the end of the day, Captain America is going to put America first.
Yeah, it's because Captain America's racist, bro.
I mean, I'm very sure the first time he saw a black person and a white person holding hands, he was just like, yo, what are those? Yeah, anyway. So, like, Captain America, man, he's going to do what's best for the U.S. Sure. Remember what happened with what led to X-Men versus the Avengers, right? You remember that? Right.
I do remember the series.
Thing came down to like Hope Summers, and it was like, yo, the Phoenix Force is gonna come back, is gonna bond with Hope, and Captain was just like, we should probably kill her. like not necessarily Cap, but it's like we should be control of that. We should be control of her because we
Right.
don't know what she's going to do to humanity. And then
Right.
Scott's like, but we can use her. She's the prophecy to bring back mutants because all of this is after House of M. So it's like we
Yes.
can use this to bring back mutants. This is the prophecy. This is fulfilling it. She's going to help bring mutants back, and it's like we don't really care about that. We care about what she can do to us. So, and that put them at at enemy. So, like, man, I love it though. Overall, again, 97 did a great job. I love the X-Men, and I just love that this series was way better than what I thought it was. Because I came here and was like, it's just gonna be
so much better than we ever could have imagined it being. When I put on the first episode, I was just thinking it's gonna be this kids thing. I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is. I'm probably gonna have to argue with a bunch of people who were mad about it not being, as serious as it should have, like whatever. And then I was just absolutely just blown away, man. And continued. Like, I was like, okay, well, solid first episode, but let's see what happens. No, it just every episode slaps, dude. It was
made Morph cool. Well, I don't give a damn about Morph before this.
Morph changing into so
now
Morph
you got people sitting there making arguments like, well, who would win between Morph and Mystique? Morph,
yeah, dude. Morph was reaching into the bag when he transformed into Reed Richards. I was like, "What the fuck?" And like he was just all over the place with who he's turning into and the shit. He was cracking me up when he turned into Gene to try to bring Wolverine back. I was like, "Bro, this guy is crazy."
This dude is getting it, man.
Yeah, man, it was so good.
And the thing is, the difference between him and Mystique, because a lot of people been asking, like, what's the real difference? I've been telling you, I was like, look, when Mystique transforms, she can't change her strength and stuff. Like she can't.
She doesn't really get the power.
She can't fly and everything. She can't copy that. Morph can actually manipulate his power. Like he can change his strength, become stronger. Like his physical abilities, he can do. Now he can't turn into this telepath. Like he can't turn to Gene and just start mind destroying people. He can't do all that, but
it's like a lesser. It is a lesser power, but it's still the power. Yeah, I mean,
it's
like you said, he can't turn. Yep, he can't turn into.
Has more experience,
right?
But his powers is better than hers.
Much better. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So overall, I give it a 9 out of 10 as far as how the thing goes, and probably the best thing that Disney has done with Marvel property. Just since they got Disney Plus, I think it is the best show on Disney Plus that they have done.
Agreed with you.
All right, so we also have, speaking of Disney Plus, we have Marvel moving forward with a Vision Disney Plus series, so we can finally answer the question of what the fuck happened when White Vision just flew off 3 years ago, and we just have not heard shit about him since.
He's been looking.
They were so mad about Wanda resurrecting a multi-billion-dollar weapon, and then this multi-billion-dollar weapon flew off. And everyone's just like, no one's talking about it. Just nobody is even mentioning it a little bit.
Could have been. They could have easily had him what I would have done. Even if this shows just how the difference between what Marvel was and what they are now. I guarantee you, in the past, I think he would have flew by in one of the movies. No one would have it wouldn't have been attention, but he would have just flown right by. And maybe an Iron Man movie or Captain America and Bucky could have been arguing about something. He just flies right by. They were so great at world building, and they got rid of it, and they just said, "Fuck it." Now it's just boom, 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 and they got rid of world building. But they would have in the past. It would have just been a subtle thing that no one brought attention to in the movie, but it would have happened, and everybody in the theater would have been like, "Oh shit, it's." But they don't do that. They could have easily had him showed up, flew by in any of the movies, but they didn't do that.
100%. But yeah, so now we're getting a series, but no details, nothing else kind of mentioned about it. Just that they're moving forward with a Vision Disney Plus series. Another Disney Plus news that we got was Ironheart. Ironheart, which I know Chris is very excited for.
Yeah, my
We're
favorite.
getting a 6-episode series set for 2025, so set for
Oh,
next
shit.
year. We're
Okay.
getting a. I think she was originally going to get a movie though, right? Or
Yeah,
no?
she was originally supposed to get a movie.
Yeah, so they changed it to a series, a 6-episode series, which we are getting next year. Woo.
Oh
And
my God,
I'm
I am
surprised.
so excited.
I'm honestly surprised they haven't canceled that shit already. With all the other stuff that they've like kind of canceled or moved on from, I'm kind of surprised that Riri is still getting a series. But hey,
Oh,
you
dude,
know,
I'm so fucking excited. Like, I cannot wait to not watch that. Yeah. Yeah.
we also have Wonder Man. Wonder Man is going to be released.
Shit, Wonder Man?
Wonder Man is going to be released under the Marvel Spotlight banner. So he's not. So it has been. Well, we knew we were getting Wonder Man for a while.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it. Okay,
We
yeah.
talked about Wonder Man. However, they've apparently lost a little faith in Wonder Man and now just moving him on into the Marvel Spotlight umbrella of stuff going on Disney Plus. So,
lost faith in it, dude. We came up here and laughed our asses off when we first even talked about it. It's fucking Wonder Man. Like,
yeah, Wonder Man, baby.
Cares?
Yeah, Hollywood, baby.
I'm sorry for all two Wonder Man fans out there. Just like, man, fuck you guys. I love Wonder Man. Like, no one else.
Yeah, he had a small bit of popularity in the late '80s, early '90s, and that was about it. Yeah, back when they were pumping, just any character was just getting his own fucking series. Kind of similar to now, actually.
Exactly. Right, so. Look at that. Look at that. If they start to go bad, then they had to rail things in, and now they have to rail things in again.
That's right. That's right. We do have one series that has been canceled. This one kind of makes me a little bit sad, but you know, it is what it is. Amazon has canceled the Silk live action series.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, oh, it could have been cool. Like if you know, Amazon was doing it, and you know, Silk is like, you know, kind of cool, but nothing going on there. However, Amazon is officially starring Nicolas Cage in a live action Spider-Man noir series for Amazon Prime.
You know what? I can work. Okay. That's interesting. That gives me interest. All right. Okay.
Right? Yeah, I could do that.
Especially
if it's like a for real, like black and white noir with Nicolas Cage, and Nicolas Cage is doing like the voiceover.
Yeah.
Like, shit and everything. Like,
I could fuck with that.
Yeah, I could dig that.
Yeah, I could dig that. And the thing I do like about Nicolas Cage, he's a genuine comic fan too, so I like that.
He is.
Yeah.
And he did such a good job in well, he's done a good job in a lot of stuff, but he did such a good job in Kick-Ass. And he did a great job, obviously, voicing Spider-Man Noir for the animated movies.
Yeah.
And you know, that one, I always say that fucking one that you made me watch, the Five Nights at Freddy's knockoff movie. That shit is still like it cracks me up so much. I've watched it twice.
Exactly. So I told you would like it for what it is. Yeah. I told you.
Dope. And while I don't like Nicolas Cage and everything that he's done, because he's done a myriad of movies and TV shows.
Right, because I'm sure you didn't enjoy his Ghost Rider.
Yeah, like that was just, you know, I didn't enjoy a lot of the comic book movies that were coming out at that time. But yeah, Ghost Rider was not, but it wasn't as bad as Daredevil.
No, it was not. And I will say, I don't think Nicolas Cage was the problem. It was writing and certain aspects of it, but it wasn't him. I don't think he was a terrible Ghost Rider. But no,
like, movie
Daredevil
effects / the budget for superhero films was just not ready for Ghost Rider.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Spider-Man hit, and then everyone was like, let's all do a superhero movie, and it wasn't all ready.
No.
So, or I should say X-Men hit, and then Spider-Man hit, and they're like, oh yeah, launch everything. You know, but it just wasn't ready. But you know, whatever. I agree with you that it wasn't 100% Nicolas Cage's fault on that one.
No.
However, Spider-Man Noir live action series. I'm down with that. I'm down.
I am too. I am too.
Let's see what other news we have. Oh, we have a Galactus. Are we there? You there?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Sorry,
I thought you
think
was okay. We're good. We're good. Okay.
No, my internet spazzed for a second there. I've never
Okay.
seen
I
that
was
happen.
worried. I was
Okay.
like, oh.
All right, so we have some news that Galactus has been cast for the Fantastic Four movie. I don't know if you heard about this or saw
I
about
have
this at
not
all,
heard
but
about that. I'm hoping that the only again is at the end credits. It better not be actually for the movie.
well, it was not like a huge name, but a well established enough name that I doubt that it's just for end credits. I think they are really doing Silver Surfer Galactus story.
So you think Galactus is gonna be the story of this movie?
It seems to be that way. They've
Marvel ain't
been
released
doing
shit.
so much casting for this fucking movie.
Marvel ain't
And
released.
not releasing who they're being cast for except for Silver Surfer and Galactus. And so I have a feeling that they are doing the coming of Galactus yet again, and this is that's what we're going to be seeing.
So is he gonna be like a fart gas again?
I hope
voice
not.
for
If
this
they
person?
actually cast a person.
No, he's just there to voice the fart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I
Voice
really
the
do
fart.
hope this. I really hope this guy. Is it a guy or is it a girl? Is it female Galactus?
It is not a female Galactus. Let me
Okay, but it's
see.
female Silver Surfer.
It is a female Silver Surfer. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, Marvel. Yeah. I'm sure. Like, I really hope that Galactus
Ralph
again is safe for Jim
Ineson.
and credit to be like the real big bad. That's what it needs to be.
Ralph Ineson or Ineson. He is a British actor. He's got a very, very deep voice. He's done work on Game of Thrones, the BBC version of The Office. He's done a lot of voice acting type stuff, and that's kind of, I guess, why that they've got him for voice acting Galactus. But he does have a very, very deep voice. I will say that.
Man, this is so sad where we're at because, like, man, you would have told me a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, Galactus has been cast. I'd be so excited. Now I'm just hearing this. I'm just like, this is gonna suck. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not hyped about. I'm not hyped about a lot of the casting choices so far, and just like the decisions that they're making for this movie. But like, it's just hard for it to make sense when we just, we're introducing the fantastic. It's like, I feel like it's going to be rushed, especially with how they've been doing their movies, where they've been like trying to keep it under 2 hours for the movies. And so I'm just having a hard time like envisioning how they're going to tell this whole story, like introduce the Fantastic Four, or do they already have their powers? Are we going to get how they get their powers? Their first test is going to be Silver Surfer / Galactus.
What sense does that make?
That's craziness.
Two of the most powerful beings you're putting up against them. I mean, and seriously, Galactus, there have been so many stories where if Galactus is truly just really go ham and just succumb to the hunger, this dude could take out anybody. Like anybody. Like there's been so many stories where this dude is the most powerful being, period. So it's like you're putting them against him and Silver Surfer. Male, female, dog, whatever. Silver Surfer is one of the most strongest people, and the Fantastic fucking Four is gonna take those guys out. Cool, sure, believable.
So yeah, so I don't know what we're looking at, what we're doing, what we're thinking, but that's what we got for Fantastic Four. We have news as far as Kraven. The Sony has decided to push Kraven back to December of this year because they don't want to compete with the other R-rated movies.
What?
They have such confidence in Kraven, the Charlie Sheen tiger blood drinking hunter, that they don't want, they already are conceding the fact they don't want to compete with other R-rated films that are releasing whenever they originally planned to release.
Fucking makes sense. Yeah, man.
So yeah, doesn't that sound like it's really going to be a great movie?
Yeah, yo, this is gonna be the hottest thing ever, bro. Like, you know what, man? We've been hating. Craven is gonna
Been
be
hating.
exactly what puts the Sony verse on the map. This movie is gonna do Endgame numbers, bro. Watch.
Oh yeah, over $1 billion.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
Okay.
It got to like 2 billion, bro. Like
Okay.
3 billion.
3 billion.
4.
Now that's some numbers. Now we're talking.
I couldn't even keep the joke going. I tried to say 4 and I bust out laughing. Like this movie's. Come on, this is gonna bomb, yo. Like I mean, I think its competition is gonna be, can it do as good as Morpheus did? Can it do as good?
Morbius, Madam Web.
Can it do as good as Madam Web?
Can it make Madam Web's numbers?
You know what? I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna put myself out there. It's gonna do better than Madam Web.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm doing better than Madam Web.
I'm putting myself out here, man.
You know what? You really are.
I am.
Here's the thing that like confuses me about Madam Web. Still nobody is talking about this movie at all, except for how bad it is.
Yeah.
And yet it's somehow number 2 on Netflix most watched movies. Are people just like,
stop the cap? Come on, man. Come on,
I swear to you, right now, just currently, where they have like their top 10 movies or whatever, when you go and you scroll through like top 10 most watched movies for the time being or whatever. I don't know how they like what, I don't know if it's in the week or in the month or what it is. But right now, if you were to log into Netflix and you would go to the top 10 movies, number 2 is Madam Web. And they do it based off of minutes watched, total minutes watched.
Okay.
So I don't know if people are like secretly watching this movie, like, trying to catch some Sydney Sweeney titties or something. I don't know. Or, or they're just like, a lot of people are turning it on and not making it past like the first 30 minutes. And that's just counting towards the minutes. Like it's not even being finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Netflix is still like counting that as, time watched. So they put it on the most watched. I don't know. But somehow it's up there as number 2.
Maybe people are like trying to see just how bad this movie is, so people are just watching it.
That could also be the case.
And
they're like, oh well, I don't have to pay anything extra.
Going on Netflix at all right now, so it's just not so much.
That could also be the case where there's really nothing else to watch, and they're just like whatever, and they throw it on. I just watched a movie that's on the top 10 movies for Netflix. It was called Upgrade or Upgraded or something like that. Pretty dope science fiction flick. I would recommend it if you guys have if you're looking for something to watch and you're like bored or just like something to throw on at night. It's either Upgrade or Upgraded. It was pretty interesting. Like I was digging it the whole time, where I was actually like following along a little too closely while I was trying to do my work earlier today. So it was taking too much of my attention. But I will say that one is definitely one you should watch instead of Madam Web. Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, honestly, I would also recommend, like, legitly, seriously, I would also recommend watching Paint Dry instead of watching Madam Web. That would be probably more entertaining.
Would probably, yeah, I think you're right. I think that would also be more entertaining, for sure. Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay, all right. So what else we got here? I got a couple more things. We have another name for the Agatha show. Now it's going to be called Agatha All Along.
Is this like a 70s sitcom?
And it premieres in September.
So this sounds like something that would be next to the Brady Bunch.
Yes. Well, remember that WandaVision did all those like the show homages.
Right.
Yeah, so Agatha All Along, although I really liked Agatha the Lying Witch with the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
I think that was like a fan cast poster that someone put out, but that shit made me laugh a lot.
Right.
But yeah, Agatha all along. Instead of Agatha, what was it? What were the other ones like Coven or Darkness? Something Darkness. I
Something
know that
dark.
was one of
Right.
them.
Darkness got some book, right?
Yeah. So Agatha all along. It premieres in September, so we're getting a show with Agatha.
All right.
I still don't know what the hell, like, what's going to be the draw for this show. I have
Not
no
me.
idea.
Is she gonna be trying to for whatever reason resurrect Wanda? Does she try to get her power? I don't freaking know, man. I don't
She becomes the new Wanda.
know. Okay.
As she's just like, I've
Oh
seen
shoot!
X-Men
So
97.
that's who White Vision's gonna be looking for. His new Wanda is gonna be Agatha.
Yeah,
That's his new Wanda. Yeah.
could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yep.
And the last little piece of movie info that I've got for you guys is that the Supergirl movie is slated for June of 2026. So in about approximately 2 years, we will be talking about Supergirl.
And Superman is what, 25?
Yes, Superman is next year.
Okay.
We just got a like a still or something of it. Like it's basically like Superman sitting on a chair and there's some shitty looking lights going on outside in the back window, like outside in the sky. I don't know if you
Okay.
saw that picture at all or not.
I am not. Okay.
But it looked like it was straight out of CW show. So I don't
Oh,
know why they even
that's
wanted to
that's
release it at
not
all.
good. That is not very exciting to hear. Like,
No,
I'm sorry, we don't need
I'm just being
CW graphics
no,
now.
I'm being a dick, but like
Okay,
because I
all
mean
right.
it
I'm
was
about to say that is not exciting right here. That
it
is
was just a
bad.
picture. There was just lights in the background, and it's just like, all right, like why would we even bother releasing this? I think it was just to show like the actor in the Superman costume more than anything. I don't think they were trying to showcase,
Anything
what was going
specific.
on in the back. Yeah, I don't think they were trying to showcase anything else, but it was just him, how he looked in the Superman outfit, polished up, etc. And
How did it
whatever.
look? Did it look at least good?
He looked like Superman. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
It didn't like I saw it and I was just like, okay. Like
Now
it's
let's
just a
actually
picture.
see
It's not
something.
like we saw him in action or anything. We just saw him sitting in a chair.
We got to get a trailer before this year is over, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, I would like. I mean, come on, like you better give us a trailer. Like seriously, it's gonna be some real bad signs if this shit we don't get a trailer till like 2025. Like that'd be kind of bad. Got to get something.
We gotta get something. Yeah, it's him putting on a boot, his red boot.
His red boots.
He's sitting in a chair. There's like purple light in the background, which they could have done without. I don't honestly. It would have been better if there was nothing going on in the background, like just the city of Metropolis with nothing else going on, and just like him putting on the boot.
Or maybe if you want to do the lights, you make it like that's the background, like the city of Metropolis, like you're seeing the lighting of the city.
Here, let me show you.
That
So
would have
you
been
know what I'm
kind of
talking
interesting.
about, so I don't sound crazy here. There you go.
You know you are crazy, and so am I.
I know I am crazy, but you see what I'm saying here with like the purple light going on in the
Okay,
background, and
I
he's
see.
just sitting in this chair putting on a red boot. And
Hmm.
it's just like, all right,
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Like,
Okay.
it ain't. It is what it is. It's not like exciting.
No, it's not. It is what it is. So
That's
okay.
saying official trailer, but I'm sure it's a fan made bullshit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm very sure that's some fan made shit.
Yeah, it is. Okay. The first scene is from Star Trek, so yeah, it's definitely fan made.
Good job, people. But no, yeah. Again, I'm ready for the actual trailer when that comes out to get an idea. But like I said before, man, not very looking forward to this with all this garbage of all these other heroes is gonna be in this and shit. It's like, man, you guys are really missing the point. Really missing the point of how Marvel even got going. You
It's
don't have
gotta
to have
be.
heroes in these movies. Make the focus the actual hero.
Yeah. And we don't need another origin story.
Oh, God knows. We know Superman's origins. We know Batman's origins at this point. We don't really need it.
And can we
That
talk
because we
about
ain't just
how
really done a recent Batman, like Jesus.
in the Henry Cavill, it always makes me so mad every time I watch the scene in the Henry Cavill Superman where his dad dies in the fucking tornado because it's just like, stop. People can't know that you're Superman yet. It's like, bro, all he had to do was pretend to sneeze and he could sneeze the fucking tornado out of the way.
Yeah, there's tons of things Superman could have done. What Clark could have done to,
Or move at the speed of sound to fucking get him out of the way of the twister.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
nobody could see somebody moving at the speed of sound.
Right. Yeah. Because this ain't anime where these guys are just able to watch you move that fast. So come on, you would have been able to get in and out without knowing shit.
Yeah, and he proves he's as fast as the Flash later on in the Justice League movie where he like
Right.
side-eye gooses the Flash trying to run around and flank him, and
Right.
his like eyeball is just like so nobody can see when Barry does the same exact shit.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just you know what, Snyder, you're a piece of shit. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh my God! Hold on now, Snyder.
Yeah.
Look, people
Yeah.
love that. Love the Snyderverse. They're very
Yeah.
upset.
Except for that one scene, dude. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, why? Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. That's true. It doesn't make sense. But that was overall though. That wasn't a bad movie though.
No, it was actually a very decent movie. It's just that
Yeah.
one scene just like doesn't
Yeah,
make
no, I'm with you.
a
That
lot of
one
sense.
scene was stupid. But definitely a good movie though. Definitely a good movie or what we got later on in the other shit that happened.
All right. Do you got anything else for us? Because I'm out of I have
Okay.
finished off my stuff that I have talked about.
Because I know we gotta get to hockey and I want to watch some NBA and play a little bit of Kuma too before I go to bed. But I do want to say this super quick. On the next episode, though, I am going to go way more into this, but I do want to say two specific things that are interesting anime-wise. My Hero Academia, which I've talked about up here, and I love that series. It would seem that we are finally coming to an end. I will say this:
an end of the anime.
Of the manga. The anime, no, they got some stuff to catch up on. But the manga, which would mean the anime will eventually be coming in. But the manga, it looks like it's finally coming to its end. I will say it did have one of the worst final fights in a manga. But My Hero, as cool as some of the fights are, it's never been its main priority. His main priority has always been like the storytelling behind these things and like the message that's trying to be sent. A lot of the hope type message. So that's really what that was about. But I will say the final villain it was so shitty how they ended the fight, but the story was okay. So it looks like we're gonna be getting our last couple of chapters, and that should be wrapping up.
That's pretty
as
huge.
for,
I mean, that anime, or I mean, that manga, anime, I mean, both have been around for as long as I can remember.
It's been around for a while. My Hero's been around for a while. So it looks like it's finally coming to its end. So that's interesting.
Wow.
And then the other one would be Jujutsu Kaisen, which I brought up here before about when Gojo died. Well, Gojo looks like he's back. The last chapter ended with it looks like the silhouette of Gojo being the one to return. And the villain who took him out is like shitting bricks now, like, oh shit, I thought I killed you. So that's going to be interesting. And I can't wait to read up and see what's going on with that. But yeah, those are two things that are very interesting. I want to at least bring up in the anime aspect really
Hell
quick.
yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You got anything else for us?
No, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, well, we appreciate y'all. We will be back next Wednesday. 8 p.m. So catch us at that point. We appreciate y'all hanging with us. Hit that like button for us live or on the replay. That's right. Yeah, drop a comment, and we will catch you next week. But as always, stay villainous and
fuck the Fantastic Four.